I'm your host, Welcome 23. You're joining me for Across the Void, Chapter 15, Library of Souls. We can maybe get my soul back. Now playing Nova, the next morning you enter the lounge to find survivors of the bombing huddled together, looking shell-shocked. Oh, a word I haven't heard besides what comes out of my mouth. Soul's doing a sweep of the room and writing down notes on a status screen. He mutters softly to himself. 27. 28. Hey, Soul. How's everyone? They've been through a lot. They seem uncharacteristically quiet. My initial reports suggest most of our previous passengers have been returned on board, along with at least a dozen others. Bridian walks into the room, wiping her hands on her pants. His pants, excuse me. I've tended to all the injured survivors. Fortunately, there was no permanent damage. Great news. Thanks for keeping us posted, Meridian. Corvus glances at Argo, who stands at his side, twitching slightly. Many of us have lost these past couple of days. Oh god, you're still alive somehow. Lost great Argo's body convulses and he reaches his hand out blindly, searching for something. Corvus places his hand on Argo's shoulders, trying to soothe him. You're with me, Argo. Don't give up on your memories. Leona pounds her fist on the arm of her hover chair. We've suffered enough. It's time for justice. Mataro was the final straw. Before we... Adara interrupts you with a huff. It's obvious who's behind these attacks. What other vile riffraff but the Jorah could bomb the Vanguard capital? The Jorah would never do this. They're noble soldiers fighting against oppression, not terrorists. Rana hangs her head sadly. Besides, everyone who believed in the peace talks was there. Now they're all dead. Like Octon. The explosion was debilitating. But arguing about it is pointless. Nothing we can do to bring back those who were lost. There's no reason to assign blame without proof. Exactly, Captain Laura. We've got to stick together. But like, Bot Holmes is literally Wesley Crusher. V flies closer to your ear, lowering her voice so only you could hear. Nova, I know you're already dealing with one crisis, but I think Eos and Pax are getting along. Glancing over to the corner of the room, you see Eos and Pax huddled together talking in hushed tones. Really? That's fantastic. Maybe the events of the past couple days have brought them together. As you head over to your sublinks to investigate, you can tell from the way Pax is frowning that she's conflicted about something. Nova, I'm glad you came here. Is everything okay? There's something we have to tell you. Zania steps forward out of the shadows. I'm sorry. I never meant for any of this to happen. Start talking. Pax quickly tells you everything that happened with her and Zania during the attack on the Atlas. And now she wants to try and make things right. I'd do anything to take it all back, Captain Alora. I hope someday you won't hate me as much. Not that I deserve anything else. Throw out the nearest airlock. I'm done. Bye. I watched a recent episode since I've been sick of Star Trek, but I believe it's fitting here. We are not ones to judge you. It is not our place. Your actions hurt all of us, but the only way to heal is together. We at least have to try. I'll spend what's left of my lifetime atoning for this. Tear out my heart and hope to die. Nova, I promise I'll keep a very close watch on her. If anything else happens, there won't be another chance. You sigh and nod. I hold you to that, brother. We may not be lucky next time. The lights of the Atlas flash as it nears in the proximity to Epoch. That's my cue. I've got to get to the bridge to prepare for us for landing. We'll continue discussing this later. Zania shrinks under your gaze while Pax sighs and Aeneas nods. You exit the room to start your final phase of the journey to Epoch. Pretty planet. The sweet aroma of lush vegetation greets you as you gaze out of the view of Epoch's vibrant royal city. It's so peaceful here. I'm surprised they let us land so close to the palace and didn't insist on an escort. They don't worry about outsiders. You have to be invited here. Zeke beams as he looks out at the horizon of colorful buildings. The sound of the waterfall in the distance echoes softly beneath his words. I've read countless books on the Epoch, but never thought I'd get to visit. Really? What are you most excited to see? Anything in particular make you so curious to come here? The Library of Souls. There's nothing else in the galaxy like it, but it's even harder to get into than the planet. As you talk, you walk over to the decadent outdoor throne room with the Zeke limping beside you. Among the sparkling jewels and hand-carved gold, a tall Epoch sits sprawled out, a devilish smirk on his face. Ah, the infamous Captain Alora and her companion, Marshal Sentry. V hovers closely to you and speaks in hushed, reverent tones. That's why she hasn't offered a outfit yet. Oh my stars! If I could wear clothes, they'd be melted off my body by now under his gaze. Are you supposed to have those, thoughts? You're a robot. A little ball, if anything. Prince extends his hand out to you, elegantly arching it so his ring catches the sunlight. I mean, which ring? He has 57 of them. And how many, bracelets do you need, man? God, do you bathe in gold? I'm serious. Jesus Christ. I'm assuming I'm supposed to kiss his ring. It's a real pleasure to meet you, Prince Barlow. You bend over to press your lips to his smooth knuckles. Of course. I take great pride in bringing pleasure. Oh, I see what you did there. How admirable of you. He spreads out his hands regally, gesturing for you and Zeke to sit beside him. Come, join me. We have much to discuss. Zeke bows as you sit down. We'd be honored, Prince Barlow. Can we start with what you know about the attack on Matara? Barlow rests his elbow on the arm of his throne and draws his hand to his chin. As you know, the Epoch are able to see every possibility the future holds. It is our gift. I wonder you have no eyes, and our curse. For we can never know which will come to pass. Seeing the future must be a burden. All that knowledge with no control over it, it must drive you insane. Many Epoch have been lost to madness over the years. He leans forward in his chair. Does that mean you saw it? What happened at the Capitol? I saw dozens of versions of the attack, just as many futures without it. Prince looks up at the sky, the milky glow of his eyes growing brighter. But one thing remains. The same in those paths was who planted the bomb. Was it the Juror or the Vanguard? Neither. It was the Void. Who? Playing as Eos, you're sitting at a table in the crew mess hall during lunch when Demios appears behind you. Oh, Admiral Demos, care to join me? The, Gorban noodles are excellent. Demos cocks her eyebrow at the slimy green noodles in the bowl. I'll pass. I need you out on the patrol with me. You've had enough relaxing for one day, Alara. I was just about done here anyway. Any chance you'll, let me fly your ship? My ship was destroyed on Matara. Even if it was still intact, I wouldn't risk letting you pilot it. We'll have to take yours out together. Make sure no one's following us, looking for the Senator. Patrol in my cockpit? Sounds cozy. We'll be right on top of each other. I'm used to being on top. I am your superior. Went right over your head, didn't it? And I'm great at taking orders. Slurping the remainder of your lunch, you stand up, then dispose of the bowl as you fall in to step alongside Demos. Tell your biodroid to start up the engine. We should get out there as soon as possible. Are those supposed to be standard issue? I operate my ship manually. Yes, it's been protocol for some time now. Maybe your fighter was issued before the biodroids were assigned to each Marshal fighter ship. Well, shouldn't Marshals be able to fly their own without assistance? The real purpose is to repair your ship and act as a co-pilot, not to encourage lazy behavior. I guess having a little companion who will follow my orders didn't sound so bad. Admiral Dima snorts and pulls out her data reader and punches in a few commands. You're in luck, Alara. I happen to have enough materials to create one biodroid. It would boost your speed, maneuverability, and fighting capabilities if you added it to your cockpit. Bumblebee's a suit? Like, what? You know what, why not? Looks like Groot, except Bumblebee. Well, let's get started. Demos projects the blueprints onto the table beside you. The compressed materials are inside this blueprint. Once we activate them, the biodroid will grow within a matter of seconds. The instant you touch the button, a series of gears and glowing green vines unfold themselves, twisting together to form into a shape of a blueprint. A small biodroid comes to life, blinking its eyes open and gazing up at you. Look, we have a kid together! I'm saying it's Groot except Bumblebee. Hello there. What do you want to call it? Oh, I didn't know it was going to have a name. Don't cough. Oh, don't do it. Don't do it. Okay, I don't know. I guess we could go with default. Actually, you know what? No, hold on. I was gonna say BB-8. Nah, we'll keep it with Ion. We'll keep it with Ion. Built a biodroid. We'll be best of friends. Right, Ion? It reaches out and grabs your pinky finger in its tiny hand. Me woo wee woo. Place Ion on your shoulder. Come on, Ion. Time to get you acquainted with my ship. Lift Ion up and set it down on top of your shoulder. Wee woo wee woo. That's gonna like us speaking that, huh? Several minutes later, God, is that a beautiful goddamn view. Taking a moment. I love the stars. Okay. Several minutes later, you've piloted your ship out and to the orbit around Epoch. Demos sits just behind you. Ion bustles about over the controls. Weeble, weeble. That's never gonna get old. Neon spores float out from Ion's head and latch onto the accelerator. As they sink into the wires, you feel the ship surge forward smoothly. Nice going, Ion. That kickback has been slowing me down for a while. Wee wee. Good to see the two of you getting along so well. You sound surprised, Admiral. I thought you knew how charming I can be by now. Viewport, reflection. You can watch her roll her eyes. She then inspects your cockpit more closely. Everything in your ship appears to be in working condition and up to code. As you fly, you scan the surrounding area for any other signs of life. Looks like we're all alone up here. Well, thanks, Eon. Even Eon's long-range scanners aren't picking anything up. Now that no one can overhear us, there's something we need to discuss. Is it about the war? I know things can only be escalating since the attack. She nods slowly. There have been whispers that influential Jura leader has returned. Who? Our informants have yet to hear a name. All we know is the leader is very powerful, enough to rally even the most fractured Jura forces. You thought your grip tightens on the controls as you arc the ship around Epoch. With the Jura united and the Vanguard more spread out than ever, they won't stop until they've completely destroyed us. Then we need to be ready to fight for the worlds under our protection. We'll do everything possible to keep them safe. As you glide the ship around an asteroid field, Deimos leans forward and places her hand on the back of your chair. The best way to prepare for battle is to hone your skills. My skills are as sharp as ever. Deimos cocks an eyebrow and looks you over. Her eyes linger a little on your mouth. Prove it. Show me your best moves. In or out of the cockpit? Oh, snap. Tight pilot quarters are great for both. We won't even need to go anywhere. This is a good chance to get even closer. Oh, we're flying. I'm sorry, something else went in my mind. Sorry, continue. As fun as it sounds, we should probably focus on shielding the ship. Let's head back. I suppose I should file that report about the area being clear. Angling the ship, you turn back towards the Atlas, leaving the stars behind. Kinda curious if that's where you get all personal with her, you know, besides flying around. Now playing as Nova, the entire galaxy seems to quiet in the moment following Prince Barlow's revelation. The Void? I don't understand, they were wiped out centuries ago. How could they execute a massive coordinated attack without anyone knowing they existed? The Prince rises from his throne, holding out his hand to you. Come. It's best if I show you. Place your hand in his. You're too kind. You slide your hand on top of his outstretched palm. Only when I want to be. I can't imagine when you wouldn't. Are you flirting with him? Seriously? Prince Barlow guides you and take you down a path carved into the face of the cliff. The roar of the waterfall grows louder as you approach a majestic building overlooking the chasm below. Clear your minds. When you enter the Library of Souls, linear time will no longer exist. Large, hand-carved doors swing open, and you tentatively step inside the Library of Souls. Swear to Christ, if we're now playing as someone else. A million colors of fractured light illuminate the thousands of records stacked up to the mountainous ceilings, leaving only enough space to weave among the ancient artifacts hovering on display. Okay, when you said it was no longer linear, it's a thing of books. Whoa, I want to read all those books. I've never seen so much knowledge and history in one place. It'd be hard to leave. There's so much to explore. Many epoch feel that way. Some have spent years inside these walls. So how is time and space different here? Barlow's milky eyes emit a cloudy blue glow as he Raises his hand, a record flies down from one of the shells into his grasp. Are all Epoch able to do that? It takes a great deal of studying and discipline to learn to use your mind in new ways. It's a skill very few of us possess. Prince's lips curve into a smile. Ah, egotistical bragging. But you'll find that I can do many things with my mind. He hands the record over to you, and you turn it over in your hands. A red symbol is etched into the surface. Trace the mark with your fingers. We've seen that once before. The attackers in the Atlas were wearing these. And it appeared over the Senate building during the bombing. The rest of the galaxy may have forgotten what the symbol means, but the Epoch remember. It's the mark of the void. 2 more records float down, and the prince shows you the symbols on each of their sides. The Vanguard. And the Jura. Are you saying everything's connected? Exactly. You cannot have one without the other, though that is not something they would care to admit. Seems ironic, since they're bent on destroying each other. Barlow rotates his wrist, and each of the records projects a series of images into the air around you. To fully understand, we must go back thousands of years. Mounds burst from the ground and form into sparkling crystals, the holographic images passing through your body as they transform. Whoa. Which planet is this? I've never seen it before. Thousands of years ago, in a far-off galaxy, within a dimension parallel to ours, this planet was destroyed. Bright blue flames lick up around your feet, consuming the ground in an eerie glow. As it exploded, pieces of the prism near its core traveled through a wormhole connecting our galaxies. Along the way, they mingled with unknown particles. When they reached us, the most radioactive substance known had been formed. The uncolored particles drift through the air, rising from the fire and weaving each of you in a rainbow of light. Astrodust. The production fades from view, leaving you standing in the Library of Souls once more. Is that why using Astrodust in tech is banned? It's that dangerous? More than you know. Its initial appearance destroyed entire planets, and forever altered the genetic composition of each surviving creature. Is that why our species are so different? We've always learned that our evolution was slightly changed by Astrodust, but it wasn't a minor change, was it? No. It affected us much more deeply than you've been led to believe. There's a reason most of our species glow. A side effect of radiation. And here I thought it was because you like bathed in gold. If we carry so much Astrodust in our systems, I guess our cyber lines are much more than biotech. Images made of dust and smoke flutter through the air, showing warfare and destruction. After the explosion, the galaxy descended into chaos, and from the years of darkness, the voids were born. They saw that no matter how a life was lived, it ended the same. It's their belief that we came from the blackness of space, the void, and are destined to return to it, making our actions meaningless. Nothing we do matters? I don't believe that. The decisions we make have meaning, and so do our lives. Nova's right. Every choice we make affects others, and we owe it to them to not abuse that power. The floating scene shifts and change into a giant battleships with red lights, the same you saw outside the viewport of Atlas. The void ships took to the stars, taking what they wanted and sending the rest back to darkness. Soon, nowhere in the entire galaxy was untouched by their reign. Those who didn't join them were returned to our space or died of starvation as resources grew more scarce. Blue and gold particles consume the red as the projection shifts into the figures of marshals. This must be where the Vanguard came in. They were formed to stop the Void from terrorizing the galaxy. I'm not an expert on Vanguard history, but how they managed that? Weren't they vastly outnumbered? The Vanguard enlisted that help with the Cyber. Together they created astral charges. Deadly weaponized versions of astrodust used to target the Void. Once the Void were eradicated, the Vanguard promised to destroy all of the astral charges, as well as defend the galaxy from any other threats with their new marshals. Marshals made space travel safe, and were tasked with supplying everyone with enough rations to ensure they never starved again. The prince nodded slowly. For centuries, the Vanguard united the worlds under one government, when there was peace. So, where'd the Jura come from? Why would an opposing government try to take over if the Vanguard were doing a good job? The dust changes color again, this time to teal and magenta as the holographic Jura soldiers form lines around the room. Less than a decade ago, the Void reappeared under the leadership of a Kill called Quandary. By the time the Vanguard heard his name, it was too late. The Quandary had formed an army larger and more deadlier than the Marshals. Didn't the Vanguard try to stop them? Tens of thousands were sent after the Void, both soldiers and Marshals, but none have returned. No. As the Vanguard numbers depleted, their ability to offer resources suffered. The gap between self-sufficient planets and planets in need has grown wider than ever. The Vanguard feared panic if anyone knew the Void's reappearance. They also didn't want to risk more falling under the Void's influence. That means... the war doesn't even matter if the Void are back. While we fight amongst ourselves, the Void continue to grow more powerful. If we get rid of each other, it'll be easy for them to take over. As Barlow waves his hand and the holographic projections disappear. I have seen every possible outcome for how this war will end, and there are very few in which make it out alive. How many times have you had to watch yourself die? 987,592. I'm sorry, Your Majesty. I have learned to accept whatever comes my way. As his eyes find yours as he smiles. After all we can do is live the best we can, enjoy ourselves and the pleasures our worlds offer. Whew. Dude's died almost 1,000,000 times. We're done here. The records soar back to the archives. Hey, Doctor Strange, how many times did you do your little thing against Thanos? Caught in the rippling reflections of the stained glass pouring and through the arched ceilings. Zeke lifts his head up towards the light as it shines off of a metal object in the far room, and curiosity flickers across his face. What's over there? The map room. If you stand inside of the orrery, you'll be able to see the future and past of each planet in our galaxy. Incredible. Can we check it out? Very few are permitted entry, but I'll make an exception for you and Marshal Sentry. I have some business to attend to in the palace, so the two of you can explore on your own. There may be even an astrarium over there that you can take with you to interpret your own future in the stars. Vicky turns to you with a hopeful expression. His eyes twinkle with excitement. Do you think we have time, Nova? Do you think we have time to peer into the future of every planet, including ourselves? No! Go away! We should head out. I've been away from the Alice long enough. Right, of course. Thank you for the offer, Prince Barlow. My propositions aren't for everyone, though. Personally, I tend to never turn things down. You take one last glance at the towering archives, roaming your eyes over the thousands of years of history and knowledge, and then follow Prince and Zeke outside. Now playing as Pax. Please clean your room. The faint sound of static fills your quarters as you tinker with a broken thermocore outputter. Your falling apart on me isn't exactly helping take my mind off of how things are unraveling. As you wind one of the gears, you hear a loud clinking noise. The lights on the device dim and then go out completely. Why won't you work? You angrily shake the thermocore before chucking it across the room, hits the wall and splinters into pieces, causing Gemma to leap into the air in surprise. She flies over to the counter of your workstation and nudges your arm gently with her nose. Sorry, Gemma. I didn't mean to scare you. With a sigh, you pick Gemma up, and she snuggles in your arms while you gently stroke her fur. Closing your eyes, you try to block out the image in your head of the assassin's blood cutting your palms. An urgent beeping shoots through your head as your interval VSS system alerts you of an incoming comm. Hello? A projection of an armored soldier wearing a mask appears in front of you. The symbol of the juror is painted across her chest. I guess it's become a triangle now instead of dots. Okay, hello, soldier. Pax, it's good to see you. General, but how? I watched you die. I know, we have a lot to discuss. Who? Okay. I have no goddamn clue. Anyway. General. Drawing a blank. Anyway. That being said, I hope y'all did enjoy the video. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Head down the description below. Links to social media, Discord, and a few links to support me and my content. So speaking of which, hope you're all having a good day. Oh, today is Sunday, correct? I'm going to be streaming. You should come on by. We'll be streaming The Walking Dead final season, final episode. We'll be streaming that today. Please drop on by. And without further ado, I guess I will leave you guys to, well, until I see you in either the stream or the next video. Peace.